Jesus Christ advises you to remain concentrated on your vocation today. Ensure the certainty of your calling and election. Engage in the pursuit of your salvation with reverence and trepidation. Avoid the error that Peter committed. He writes, as I inquired, "Do you love me?" He gazed at John and inquired, "What should this man do?" The actions of others are inconsequential. While others proceed carelessly without accountability, that is not your fate. Upon your commitment to me, I accepted your declaration and have been diligently endeavoring to transform and refine you into my likeness. The pressure you have attempted to evade in life is not the adversary's, but rather my hand, shaping you on the potter's wheel. Should the created inquire of the Creator, "Why have you fashioned me in this manner?" I am the potter, dear one, you are the clay. Upon observation, one will notice the ostentatious, painted, fragmented remnants of reluctant vessels. They choose to discontinue their work on the potter's wheel due to excessive demand. They adorn themselves with grandiose, embellished perceptions of their superiority. In actuality, they have been marginalized by their self-deception. They groom themselves like spiritual peacocks and assert their kingdom-mindedness, but no transformation will occur unless they return to the potter's wheel and permit me to complete the work I initiated within them. Remain adaptable, dear. I am aware of the route you follow. My hand is molding and sculpting you. A completed work will exist. Place your confidence in me. Remain steadfastly faithful to me, and you will attain your whole maturation in me. Angels advise against succumbing to self-pity today. It is time to withdraw from the gathering of the egocentric. Self-pity and self-absorption are inherent aspects of the fallen state. Seeking my kingdom and awaiting my blessing does not pertain to self-indulgence or egotistical notions of one's identity within my kingdom. Resist, commands the Father, the deceptions of the adversary when he attempts to entice you via self-love. Examine the reflection of my word. Perceive oneself with clarity and integrity. Understand the significance of being responsible for your character and actions. You possess the requisite maturity, irrespective of others' perceptions of you. Chastisement is the prerogative of sons, declares the Father, and I designate you, my cherished son and my cherished daughter. The Spirit within you facilitates the utterance, Abba, Father. Do you acknowledge me as your Father in all matters? Resolve in your heart that I am not only a benefactor or a remote, selfless being responding to your pleas. I am a parent. I developed the concept of parenthood primarily to disclose my identity in my life. Fathers significantly shape the development of their children. Permit me to shape you. Be amendable. Become a submissive instrument. Understand the necessity of not just seeking forgiveness, but also repenting and amending those aspects of your character and life that you see as deficient and that cause me sorrow. I will promptly provide you with my enabling grace, since I cherish you and regard you as the pupil of my eye. God advises us to remain focused on others today. Avoid the trap of egocentrism. The adversary seeks to confine your focus to your circumstances, challenges, and tribulations, and nothing beyond. Understand that prioritizing the kingdom necessitates diverting attention from your own needs and problems to address the needs of others. Do not succumb to the allure of the urgent or the instant. Are you able to prioritize the needs of others before your necessities? The Father asserts that if you are unable to perform any other actions, you can nevertheless plead, pray, and implore me, not alone for your own legitimate needs, but also about the circumstances affecting individuals in your vicinity. Maintain unwavering focus on the harvest. Each disciple, apostle, and saint featured in the New Testament faced conditions and circumstances that compelled them to prioritize their own needs over those of others. They acquired a divine inheritance by becoming diligent laborers in my harvest, while occasionally facing significant and overwhelming personal needs. Embrace the role of a servant son today. Consider yourself a servant of my throne. Do not attribute to yourself roles that are not associated with your actual activities. Perceiving oneself as engaging in a vocation without genuinely compromising oneself for that end becomes a type of deceit. Ensure your availability. Expand your life as a libation. I am actively addressing your circumstances as you diligently prioritize the kingdom. God invites you today to enter into my timelessness. I liberate you today from the oppression of time. You will no longer utter the phrase, "I lack time." There is insufficient time in my day. That is not your share. I am not in a hurry, thus, you are not in a hurry. The Father asserts that you are not rushed, for I establish time and its progression to serve you rather than dominate you. Time is not an undesirable consequence of Adam's fallen state. Time was established by my hand to quantify the interval between glory and glory in your existence. Your existence is not merely a succession of high-pressure days. Your existence transcends mere schedules, phone calls, and overlooked appointments. Your existence is not quantified in units of days, minutes, hours, or seconds. When you require additional time, my dear, I will extend forever and incorporate into your existence every day and instant needed to accomplish the task. Does the Father inquire if you require further time? I proclaim your liberation from the oppression of time on this day. Time shall not dominate you, for that is my role as your Lord, and I am a possessive God. I will manipulate time to your advantage, extending and prolonging it so that your days in this world are filled with blessings rather than sadness. Your strength shall correspond to the nature of your days. Today, I designate you as a master of time. I am the architect of time, and you govern with me. Consequently, as I am the arbiter of time, you shall govern time and experience the abundance of days and longevity of life. You will progress from faith to faith. You shall progress daily from glory to glory. All that you touch will be enshrined by my glory within you. The deficiency has now been rectified. What once appeared unattainable is now securely within your reach. Thus, repose, have faith, and progress, for this is where it becomes effortless. Before the video continues, please like the video, share it with your family, and write Amen in comment. God asserts today that no force in heaven or on earth can divert you from my purpose for your life. Your days are not arranged in a haphazard and insignificant sequence. The occurrences of your life and future events are inscribed in my book and will transpire precisely as I have ordained. The sole divergence from my flawless arrangement is dictated by your degree of faith and confidence in my self-representation towards you. Who do you assert that I am? Inquires the Father. Your thoughts significantly influence your future more than the decisions of people, external circumstances, or the randomness of your birth. May this day signify a transition towards profound trust, declares the Father. Recognize now that my objective is to manifest heaven on earth in your life and experiences. You will not be excluded. You will not remain unblessed. You will obtain the inheritance and complete redemption of the acquired possession that Calvary granted you 2,000 years ago. Do not fear. Do not worry or be troubled by the matters and conditions that appear to contradict my statements. Conditions evolve. Circumstances evolve. My commitment endures eternally, and you must not be denied. God asserts that there exists a designated time and season for all matters beneath the sun. The sorrow you experience is temporary, whereas joy arrives with the dawn. I am the Comforter, familiar with your pains and suffering. I acknowledge your inquiries and comprehend your sentiments. Some of you are aware that your loved ones are with me, and I assure you of their immense joy, for they have not departed from life, but have embarked upon their life. Indeed, people are experiencing profound joy while actively engaging in my kingdom's affairs. Release this pain to me today and find solace in the immense joy that awaits you and everyone who is embraced by the Beloved. Some of my children are mourning due to their uncertainty regarding the whereabouts of their loved ones. Your heart yearns to ascertain their presence with me. Understand this: does my word return to me unfulfilled? Did I not declare that you and your household shall be saved? Have you not prayed and interceded for their deliverance into my kingdom? Are you not aware that I can manifest to them even at the moment of their demise? My ministering angels of salvation remain active to the very end. Are they distinguished due to your prayers? Some individuals select me when I manifest to them in their last moments, and you will be astonished and pleased upon your return to discover who awaits your arrival. Consequently, relinquish all your sufferings to me, and permit me to restore your soul today, for I am the God of all comfort. God proclaims that this is the moment of intrigue. In response to all adversities in your life, I will counter them and secure your position in blessings and my favor. Upon the enemy's demise, he emits a resounding roar. The darkness preceding dawn represents the final effort of the adversary of your spirit, futilely anticipating the failure of his scheme to annihilate you. Direct your gaze towards me. Entrust your journey to my guidance. Refrain from reacting emotionally to the desolation of the natural situation. This is a minor hardship that will dissipate when I emerge as the day star in your life, illuminating the advantageous position you have consistently occupied. In a few months, reflecting on today's challenge will bring a grin to your face. Decline to invite difficulties. Refrain from succumbing to grief or apprehension for your future. I am the deity of insurmountable circumstances, and I shall intervene on your behalf. Commit yourself to being filled with faith and steadfastness in the calling to which I have summoned you. Permit the furnace's fire to incinerate those aspects of your character that are at odds with my love and my purity. I am a conflagration from my waist upwards and a conflagration from my waist below. I am the purifying flame that eliminates the impurities of sin and sinful inclinations. Ultimately, you will emerge triumphant, radiating my character and holiness, having appropriated all within you that reflects my glory. God asserts today that my primary preference in your life is neither censure nor chastisement. The disciples encountered difficulties and ultimately failed, at which point I informed them, "Now you are purified through the word I have spoken to you. Despite your struggles with pain and strain, understand this: I am the source of peace and the creator of blessings in your life, not curses." Some may perceive life's obstacles and assert that I am the cause, but I urge you to open your eyes, dear one. An adversary of your spirit seeks to devour you, akin to a lion tearing apart its prey. That does not represent my identity or my actions. I arrived so that you may possess life and life in greater abundance. I have come so that you may find solace in me and not retreat, deceived into believing that I take pleasure in your suffering. When you are infatuated, it is not my influence, for all my ways are serene. I am endeavoring to purify and provide, not to entrap or undermine you. In times of instability and when life appears as a profound affliction, recognize that I am administering the oil and wine of my benevolence and presence to facilitate healing and restoration. When your burden becomes insufferable and you lack solutions, I am your solution. I am your respite. Although many who assert to represent me state otherwise, I prioritize an easy yoke and a light burden. In weakness, I am your fortitude. In exasperation, I invoke tranquility to soothe the tumultuous seas of your spirit. When you face rejection from loved ones and are pursued by adversaries, I am present to provide refuge and protection. My favor will include you. I shall be your shelter and sanctuary till the storm has passed. You shall not be annihilated, darling. Ultimately, you will remain unscathed and aware of my benevolence, recognizing that the God of the universe has provided for you even today. I am your protector, and I have guaranteed your safety in my covenant today and for eternity, declares your God. Before the video continues, I request you to comment Amen, and if you are able to help financially so you can do super thanks. God declares today that He will no longer delay in opening the gates of His kingdom to the hungry, the lost, and the broken. My church is not a maximum security facility designed to exclude anyone. It serves as an accessible entry point for the unclean, destitute, and suffering to attain purification and restoration. You are one of those portals. Open, you eternal gate. Raise your heads, O eternal gates, because I have arrived to reclaim what is rightfully mine and to bestow my inheritance upon those who seek liberation. I have perceived the lament of humanity. I have heard their pleas at the brothels. I have heard their lament in the dwellings and the thoroughfares. I have acknowledged their plea and issued the proclamation, that shall suffice. Prepare yourselves, instructs the Father. Prepare to welcome those arriving for my meal. On Calvary, I exposed my heart, opened my veins, and relinquished my life for the destitute. I urge you to facilitate entrance to my kingdom, which has been obstructed by the illegitimate authority of religious ideologies. The scribes, Pharisees, and hypocrites refuse to attend, hence, I am inviting people from the highways and byways. They are arriving damaged. They are arriving in a state of hemorrhage. They are arriving uncleaned. They will appear unappealing and emit an unpleasant odor. They will disrupt the conventional practices of the church, and many of my followers will be offended. They will be affronted due to their amnesia regarding their origins. They will be offended because they have established a non-existent distinction between themselves and others they seek to exclude and disparage. The Father instructs them to prepare for the triage of the injured and to become a willing laborer in this imminent harvest. Ceasing to await. No longer in a state of uncertainty. The harvest commences. Today, God declares that you may establish your season within His kingdom. You may have been instructed that there is minimal control over life, yet that contradicts the teachings of my word. I am the sovereign of the cosmos and the terrestrial realm. I am completely cognizant of and exerting influence on all occurrences in creation at every level. You are my cherished offspring, in whom I derive joy from bestowing blessings and advantages onto you. I reside within you. My realm resides within you. My dominion is my authority. My sovereignty and my omnipotence, omniscience, and omnipresence. Do you genuinely believe that existence for me in traversing my kingdom entails being overwhelmed by circumstances or enduring life as a failure and profound suffering? Proclaim of your soul, the greater one resides within me. Proclaim to your soul, I am capable of achieving all things through Christ who empowers me. The religious mindset will consistently cast aspersions on the kingdom's perspective. Illegitimate religious leadership will persistently seek to invalidate you from my pledge. They erroneously assert that I desire your suffering and deprivation. Isn't it intriguing that they rarely experience deprivation while witnessing my splendor in the destitution of others? Disregard that mode of thought. This day marks the commencement of a new experience of the privileges conferred by the cross of Christ and the suffering endured at Calvary. I adore you for the only reason that I love you. What are your deficiencies? We will address those issues when they arise. Simply be compliant. Maintain a state of receptiveness consistently, but understand this, dear one, all aspects of your life will enhance from this point onward. Angels proclaim today that I shall direct you with my gaze. I will be so near and personal with you that you will instinctively comprehend my desires and intentions without a single word being uttered at any moment. I want that specific dialogue. My spirit traverses the entire planet in search of those who will worship me in that spirit and in that truth. I desire servants who seek closeness not only with the speech itself but also with the mouth and lips that articulate it. I summon the bride. Just as the bridegroom yearns for the bride, so does my heart yearn for that bride who will proclaim, "Let him kiss me with the kisses of his lips, for his love surpasses wine." The Father asserts that a greater relationship is attainable. There exist depths of closeness that have yet to be experienced on earth. It surpasses the vintage of any divine movement or spiritual influence recognized in previous eras. I am guiding you beyond superficial human joy or elation derived from external circumstances. I am facilitating direct communion between us, spirit to spirit. My Holy Spirit is encompassing and surrounding your human spirit. I am leading you to a state of unity with me that will make it difficult to discern where I conclude and where you begin. Do you possess the fortitude for such an experience? I am imparting power to you so that you may transcend the trivial and simplistic comprehension of walking in my kingdom and confidently surrender yourself to a renewed faith in me. God instructs us to immerse ourselves today in my rejuvenating essence. I am the water from the stone that accompanies you to every arid location. When you are spiritually parched and yearning for solace, understand that I will surge inside you, bestowing my mercy and power. Decline to engage in the unfulfilling distractions and diversions of the world. Seek your resource and inspiration in me. Ultimately, your joy will be amplified, and your slumber will be restful. You will recline in tranquility and awaken to the new conditions I have arranged for you. Do not permit yourself to assume that change is far. I am the deity of abruptness, and when I enter the bow of your vessel, you will unexpectedly arrive at the shore. This is your moment and this is your time. I will not delay my actions till your misery becomes severe. The present moment signifies the opportunity for salvation. This is the moment I will support you. I am a constant source of assistance in times of distress. I am not distanced from you in any manner, nor do I derive any satisfaction from your anguish and distress. Turn your gaze towards me. Refrain from responding once more to those who criticize you. Your location is determined by your focus. Disregard them. Reject the deception of appearances and have faith in the certainty of my favor to rescue you and establish you on the foundation of my faithfulness. Here is your allocation and here is the strategy one am formulating for your life. Your eyes shall behold it, and you will exult.